Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Bracha HaKodash. The honors to my teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Kazak Shalom to the hopeful elect. Real quick, as you can see on X, formerly known as Twitter, Timbaland officially signs his first AI artist, Tata the A-Pop, artificial pop singer. Timbaland's new AI record label, Stage Zero, will combine human input and AI to create new genres of music. Her debut single will be dropping soon. So this is, one of the devices that Esau Edom to get people to buy into this beast system. Ezekiel 3:17, it says, Son of man, I've made thee a watchman into the house of Israel. Right, so pursuant to Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, we're standing upon our watch and letting the people know when we see signs of impending danger. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. So we hear the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and make them plain upon tables so we can warn the people. Verse 18, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. Right, and we know, precept upon precept, line upon line, that 2/3 of our people are not going to receive this message. But still, we were commanded by the Lord to push it out. We were commanded by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to warn them to get the blood off our hands. Verse 19, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul, so you're covered. Since Adam and Eve up until now, the Lord has used the prophets as an extension of his mercy, so the people can be warned before something catastrophic happens, or before a big turn of events happens. But I wanted to go into this because it's Revelation 13:16. It says, and he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. The M-A-R-K is the charagma. I'm going to continue to warn you about this to the point of ad nauseum. Look that up if you don't know. Charagma, a stamp and a printed mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or right hand as a badge of the followers of the anti-Messiah. And that Christian dogma that is just one anti-Messiah, whether it's a Anunnaki motherfucker or President Barack Obama, whatever the case may be, no. Anybody who's coming in the spirit of the anti-Messiah will be the Antichrist, not just one person or one being. And we know that through John. Matter of fact, we'll grab it real quick. First John 2:18, perfect little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists, anti-Yahushais, whereby we know that it's the last time. So it's an indicator that we're in the last days. There's a lot of people coming up against Yahushua. Verse 22, it says, who is a liar but he that denieth that Yahushua is the anointed? He is anti-Messiah, that denieth the Father and Son. So 2 precepts to prove the qualifications of an anti-Messiah. And this is a third indicator, you taking the M-A-R-K. The mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images. So these are all indicators that it is a physical thing. The MOTB is something physical, and it is the tiny technology, aka the RFID micro blank. And guess what? It's June. Next, the root word is Karax, Strong's G 5482. It says a pale or stake, a palisade, a rampart. Pales between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together. So main point is pale, stake, or palisade. That is the shape of the delivery system. That is the shape of the hypodermic needle where the tiny technology will pop out and be planted under your skin. And then last but not least, the the root word for karox goes to grapho. It says to write with reference to the form of the letters, to delineate letters on a tablet, parchment paper, or other material, to write with reference to the contents of the writing, to express in written characters, to commit to writing, write down, record, to write to one by writing in a written epistle, to give information, directions, to fill with writing, to draw up and write, and to compose. So this CHIP is going to have, the barcode, the number of the beast, the 666, the UPC, and it's going to have all your information, your social security, your driver's license information, your checking information. It's going to have everything. And don't be surprised if, Trump / Nero, copies off of China and, implement some of the things from the social credit score thing. But point being, going back to that first definition with the meta and the foreheads, we're going to link that. So we calls it awe, and cause it, we're not going to go into it, but as a matter of fact, yes, we are. Yes, we are. Cause it, poieo, Strong's G4160, to make, to produce, construct, form, to be the authors of the cause, to make ready, to prepare, to produce. You can read this for yourself. This is long, I'm reading the applicable ones, but to make the author of a thing, to perform, to bring forth, to cast out, cause, commit. He's going to make all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the tiny technology in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the MARK or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And this is why we never trust our enemy, because he's presenting the beast system in the form of entertainment. Sirach 10 and 12 and 10. It says, Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. I mean, it's inevitable. Oh, this devil is eventually going to show his skin and show exactly why he is the devil. Going back into that forehead. The word there is metopon in the Greek, and it says the space between the eyes and the forehead. You go into the root word meta. I did a quick Google search. The prefix meta generally means after, beyond, or transcendent. It indicates a higher level of abstraction or concept that refers to itself or another concept. It can also signify change or alteration. Meta can imply that it meta can imply a concept that is at a higher level of abstraction or that goes beyond a particular area of subject. For example, metaphysics explores concepts beyond the physical world. Meta can indicate something that refers to itself or is aware of itself. An example is a movie within a movie where the characters are aware of the fictional nature of the film. Change or transformation. In some cases, meta can suggest a change or transformation, as seen in the word metamorphosis. Meta can also mean occurring later or in succession. So going back, after, beyond, or transcending. The metaverse refers to a persistent, shared virtual world where users can interact with each other and the environment through virtual avatars. So this is meta, knowing what we know from the definition, is something that transcends or is beyond the normal way of living. And, it seems like a technological advancement. It seems cool to put on the virtual reality and escape and play the games. But this is just another way they are softening the blow when they make it mandatory. Because like the scriptures say, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. It's a concept that envisions a future where digital and physical worlds are seamlessly integrated and users can experience shared spaces and activities in a more immersive way than through the internet. So again, if this is an example of gradualism towards the MOTB, then you are blinded. But guess what? Going back to that Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, you have been warned. Lord willing, this was edifying. Until next time, shalom.